Hello, Tarot viewers. Welcome to our Timeless Oracle reading. And our Oracle card for today belongs to the Intuitive Life Coaching by Kelly Smith. Okay. Now, the title of the card for today is Spiritual Gifts. And the message is you are in the process of developing and fine-tuning your spiritual gifts. Okay, so if you are reading this card right now, you already know that you received the gift. Now, you are trying to learn how to use the gifts that you are given now. So for most of you, as you read this card, you already have the gift, and somehow you already know that you received the gift. Now, oftentimes the gift are the clear gifts, usually the clairvoyance, claircognizance, clairaudience, okay, clairsentience, okay, and any other and many other spiritual gifts. There are many other gifts that you can receive, no, and the important thing is that you are aware of it right now. For some of you, you are in the process of becoming aware of it, but somehow you already know that you received something from the divine. And the fine-tuning part is the one that is very challenging because there's a tendency to overthink. uh, and when we tend to overthink, we get to be paralyzed. What they call paralysis by analysis. Okay, when the logical mind takes over of the situation, of the process. When the logical mind takes over of the process, definitely these spiritual gifts starts to go to sleep. Okay, what I mean is that the spiritual gifts, in order for us to use them, we need to let go of logical thinking. Okay, it's when you think logically, when you think mentally, it hampers somehow, brings obstacle to the use of our intuitive gifts. It's like when you ride a bike, when you use your mental capacities, your logical mind or your ego, that's when you pedal the bike. Now, when you stop pedaling and then you just allow the bike to freewheel itself, you just allow the bike to freewheel on itself, that's when you are using your intuitive gifts, when you're using your clear gifts. So oftentimes, I also notice it in myself. Sometimes I find it hard to begin because I am paralyzed by analysis. Okay, sometimes I immediately have this. Sometimes when I'm about to start doing the tarot reading, sometimes a part of me would say, "Will I perform well?" That's when the ego starts talking. I mean, why am I concerned about the outcome of the reading? I should just be a vessel or a conduit of the message. So I need not have to worry. I need not have to prepare myself. Sometimes, the preparing is being in touch with the divine and also detached from a lot of distractions or preoccupations. Yes, we need to prepare that. But I mean, I don't have to use my mental capacity in order to do it. It's more of, you know how it is when you try to rely on your mental capacity in order to do the reading. It sometimes becomes a hindrance. It prevents you from really going with the flow, because sometimes, usually, the messages come as the first thoughts that come to our mind. So they usually come as first thoughts, and when the first thought comes and somehow the mental mind, or the our logical mind is very busy or very active, immediately doubt comes in and it says, what, is that really a message, is that really the message, everything like that. And then suddenly it hinders everything. It's very important to have that spontaneity. Usually the first thoughts that come usually are the messages that are really sent to us. So in a certain sense, we need to develop that. We are in the process of learning to let go, learning to let go of the mental processing and just be in a receptive mode. It's like a cup that just allows the graces to come, or the messages to come, and fills up the cup, and the cup would overflow, and the overflow is the message that comes out in the readings and also in the sharing with other people. So in a certain sense, there is a more of a receptivity, receptive energy rather than an active energy. When you are receptive, then you are able to be a better conduit for the messages. So it's really something that is counter logical. It's because it's pro-intuitive. It's pro-intuitive, and when it's pro-intuitive, you are more in the receptive mode. And so this is what we need. We are all in the process of growing every moment. Even I discover new things, and usually I discover more when I am in a receptive mode. It's when also when I get to see the insights that I need to share. So in a certain sense, this is right now what we are in the energy right now. The energy of being receptive, the energy of fine-tuning the gift that you have already received. Now, this reading is now getting a little bit longer, so we will end it with a reading from the handbook that accompanies this card. And you will gain a lot more insight from the handbook. I read it ahead earlier because I was already very curious. And I am enjoying from the insights that are being shared in the handbook. It says here, spiritual gifts. You are in the process of developing and fine-tuning your spiritual gifts. You are learning to trust and integrate your spiritual gifts in your own daily life. Yes, because it's something that you just received, so you are slowly using it in your daily life. Okay. And you can also use your spiritual gifts when working with others. Okay. Your spiritual gifts could be clairvoyance, extrasensory seeing, clairaudience, extrasensory hearing, energy healing, intuitive knowing, seeing auras, and many others. Be gentle with yourself during this process. Remember that developing your spiritual gifts does not involve thinking more, relying on your intellect. If you find yourself trying to figure things out intellectually, you could be blocking your spiritual progress. This card comes to you today to remind you that using your sixth sense is a natural ability. It is not something you have to work at. And this is where I sometimes forget these things. This is something natural, and all we have to do is to respond to it, not to overanalyze it. Okay, let's continue. It is simply something you have to allow and to trust. Trust, meditation, and patience are the key ingredients when working with and developing your spiritual gifts. Okay, let us repeat again. Trust, meditation, and patience. Okay. As you naturally allow and trust the process to unfold, more and more information will be revealed to you. It's true. At first, there will be a lot of mysteries, but slowly the mystery will unfold itself. Okay. Anytime you are trying too hard, you are not in the flow of receiving. Okay, this receptive energy is very important. Okay. But rest assured, even the most experienced people second guess their abilities, okay, to receive divine information from time to time. So they usually second guess their abilities to receive divine information from time to time. Okay. If you are frustrated with your ability to develop your spiritual gifts or to use your gifts to help others, it is time to call on your higher self and ask for help with letting go of overthinking the process. Put your faith in divine knowing and divine timing. Okay. Intuitive life coaching questions. How could you be blocking the flow of divine guidance when it comes to developing your spiritual gifts. Okay, so let's try to see where are those moments when the mind becomes a hindrance to the movement of the spirit. Okay. Second question. What do you feel your spiritual gifts are? Okay. Try to see. You are receiving many gifts, but there are some gifts that are very prominent, and I think you know them already. Okay. And third question. How would you like to use these gifts? Okay. Very interesting reading, especially for those right now who are enjoying the or experiencing the joy of discovering the gifts that the divine is giving you. Well, I hope that this has helped you right now in your present state and in your present journey. I look forward to seeing you again in our next videos. Until that time, may God continue to bless your ways and continue nurturing these spiritual gifts. Okay, bye-bye.